This has always been one of my favorite places in my hometown. This is like an open mall called Bridge Street. And of course, it's got hotels and a nice little, I didn't realize how fast it goes to my face. I got this little carousel that's over there. But it's really close to my new home, and I'm just so appreciative, because it's always been like one of my favorite places. And yeah, there's an interstate exchange right next to it, but I'm kind of a convenience person, so I really don't mind that. I know that when I was a little kid and I would go spend some summers with my grandparents, which was like really only the only like normalcy I ever got as a kid is when I was there. I would sleep in the living room a lot of times, and they lived right on a highway. Now, it wasn't a very busy highway, but through the night you would hear cars because the house was probably only 15, 20 feet off of this little highway. Kind of think of like a small state highway, I guess you'd say, rather than interstate or anything like that way, or expressway. But I would hear the sound of the cars going by. And so that was just very comforting to me. It was just something I got used to. So I almost don't mind the sound of traffic. It reminds me of a time, when I could just kind of relax and not really, feel more safe. But I don't know if they still do like those little rentals where they rent out like the little remote control boats or anything like that. But they used to actually have like over there in the canal, they used to have these little gondola boats that would go back and forth, and they don't really do that, anymore. So I stopped the recording as some people were coming. I didn't want to disturb them. But anyway, but yeah, there's some really nice hotels here. Like I say, there's that nice little carousel. Might be fun to bring my grandson here when he's much older. He's only about 6 months old now, so still a bit young, but maybe in a couple years. It's going to be really interesting. I was thinking that, that we just passed Christmas, of course, here in 24. 25, you'll still just be like a year and a half or so. But the year after that, probably the Christmas of 26, I imagine, because then he'd be 2.5, and that's when it's going to get real. You know what I mean? That's when he's really going to get super focused and really know what's coming, or have an idea, or be excited about it, and then, because even next year, I guess he'll be able to open presents. It's been so long since I've had a kid that age. I really can't even remember what it's like to have a 1.5-year-old. But I think it's really at the 2.5-year-old stage. I think that going to be a lot more involved and a lot more excited, and perhaps get really a lot more intentional, about what Christmas is about at that time. And it's always a thing, I think, for, as you go through life, of really deciding like what kind of myths and stories, are we even going to tell our kids? We all buy into this very commercial sort of idea of what holidays really are. And that's fairly a new concept, really, in life. When you go back and study it, that was really more of an advertising thing that really happened with some of the large department stores in New York, Macy's, and I forget what the other one was at the time. But the whole Christmas hype was really to boost capitalism more so than anything else. It completely transitioned and changed what that season meant and what it was. Of course, it was, there were certainly gifts and things that happened before that time frame, but I think that's when it really started getting like super crazy and like competitive, and you had to like spend all this money. I mean, I know that when, I first started adulting, that, my gosh, we would, take out new credit cards and do all kinds of crazy stuff just so that we could give a certain type of gift, which is not at all what really even the original spirit of Christmas was all about. So it's so crazy how we change and we morph, all of that really through time. Came across another person, so I didn't want to freak them out with recording. But anyway, not that I'm saying anything is really important. Just wanted to kind of, I guess, record this time. This is really my first time to take advantage of my new home, being so close to one of my favorite places, and just trying to get a little bit of exercise. I have to have surgery, or I get to have surgery. There we go. I get to have surgery here in a couple weeks. And so want to try to stay as healthy as I can and also not super exert myself at the same time. But I'm sure it'll be full on after that's finished, and I'll probably be recording my adventure and journey in reclaiming health and fitness and strength, from that point. But let's take a look at this carousel up here. It's really quite beautiful. And it's really interesting when they had the gondolas before, because it would actually travel up and down, but they're always so crowded because everybody wanted to do it. I'm sure it was a total logistical nightmare, plus trying to keep everybody safe at the same time. So just so you can get an idea, right there, the townhouse community that I live in, and right over there is where the Bridge Street is. So you just go over this really nice little bridge there that they've redone, really fancy and everything like that, with like little old-timey street lamps and a really nice walkway. I should have taken a picture of it anyway. But you can see there's that Weston that we were at over at the little moat. But here's our community right over here. And right across the street from our community is this nice little strip mall, great West End grill, and then a really authentic pizza place and a really good Mexican restaurant. So lucky, so blessed. Right now I'm trying to save money, so I'm not really eating out too much. Plus with being vegetarian is super cheap. But at least it is for me. Believe it or not, even going organic and all that, it's a lot cheaper than meat, and I don't drink, so there's that too. And the only thing I really drink is water or coffee or tea, so that's even cheaper. But yeah, I might get more into my channel really about how I'm working with my finances and what those are for me. I think I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna go down to the crosswalk and actually push the button rather than try to brave the traffic. But I might get more about, because that's one of the reasons why I'm really building this YouTube channel up, is because I really want to make more income, because I want to change my money story. I want to change what finances are for myself and my family. I want to have more choices, more opportunities. So I'm making into that. But until later, love, peace, and release.
In the quiet dawn, I find my way through shadows left from yesterday. A voice within, a spark to guide. The strength I need was always inside. Oh, the climb is steep, the road unclear, but every step will chase the fear. With open arms, I greet the sky. Let the past fade as I fly high. Oh, the climb is steep, the road unclear, but every step will chase the fear. With open arms, I greet the sky. Let the past fade as I fly high. Rise and shine, let the light break through. Feel the fire, it's born in you. Every fall, a step to climb. Rise and shine, it's your time.
The echoes of doubt begin to fade, replaced by songs of choices made. A new horizon, a clearer view. The feels bright and true. Oh, the climb is steep, the road unclear, but every step will chase the fear. With open arms I greet the sky. Let the past fade as I fly high. Rise and shine, let the light break through. Feel the fire, it's born in you. Every fall, a step to climb. Rise and shine, it's your time.
Ooh, ooh, let the light take hold. Ooh, ooh, let the story unfold. Every scar is a map to me, a tale of strength, my victory.
Rise and shine, let